What is goody, gang? It is a nice and crisp 40 degrees outside, so I thought, hey, why not let's play some Uno while I talk about random stuff. Yeah, well, good start. Anyways, thought I'd play some Uno today. You know, it's a nice hot day. I can't really go outside at the moment. 40 degrees. I would go out, but thought otherwise. What is that profile picture? I didn't set that profile picture. Anyways, what did I want to talk about today? I wanted to talk about a whole multitude of things. One of them being the Netflix Warner Bros. Takeover. Yes, I know we all know about that because we are all avid fans of Warner Bros. Because they made Looney Tunes and, more importantly, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And yes, I have some real fears when it comes to big companies buying other big companies or big named, production studios. For example, how Disney bought Star Wars and Avengers. To be honest, neither of the two franchises have been doing anywhere as well as they used to ever since Disney took over, especially the Star Wars movies. They really messed up with the Star Wars series, and that gives me a bit of fears as to what they are going to pull with certain Warner Bros. Series. For example, Looney Tunes, and no, I don't watch Looney Tunes, but one of the more important ones is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because as everybody knows, Part 7 is coming out soon, so I'm intrigued to see what Netflix wants to do when distributing episodes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. As you can see, Uno is a very chill game, so it gives me opportunities to talk about a lot of things. But Netflix increase in price again? I think so. Because obviously they will have the whole idea of, hey, these guys are now like, we own Warner Brothers, so there's going to be a new catalog, so we're obviously going to have to increase the price. In Australia they've already increased the price 2 or 3 times over the past year. I think it went from $7 to $12 to $18. I might be wrong. I've never really paid for a Netflix subscription, and I never will, because I don't see the point in streamings. That guy won, but I don't see the point in streaming services, to be honest, as there's not really a clear winner in the streaming service industry. For example, Disney Plus was hyped up to be the biggest streaming service because they had Star Wars, Avengers, and recently their subscription services have dropped. The only subscription service that I have is Spotify Premium. I don't even have a YouTube Premium. If you heard the other day through one of my rant videos, I was literally flaming YouTube for giving me 3 ads. No one called that out, but they gave me 3 ads upon a video, which I was just not happy about. Anyways, the only reason I do have Spotify Premium is because of the amount of ads and the unskippability. Like, I caved and I use Spotify more than anything else, to be honest, and it's fine, especially when you're on a family plan and you split it with 20 other people. well, not 20, but you know, split it with people, so it alleviates some of the cost, right? But please, Netflix, don't go increasing the price for people again, because I already know that they're going to pull something with prices, and especially with releases. Like, Warner Bros. Still owns a lot of stuff like Harry Potter, Lego, a lot of properties that Warner Bros. Owns. It's just gonna be puffed into smoke maybe if Netflix decides to actually use them or not. Who really knows at this point? I don't know. Hopefully. Yeah, but anyways, moving on from Netflix's takeover, we can talk about something else. Dispatch. Yes, I know I'm very late to the party. I thought I would play Dispatch at one point, but I ended up just watching one of my favorite YouTubers play it instead, and they got most of the route and understood most of what I was going to do in the game, and I watched it through. Yeah, they basically got the ending that I wanted. So I just watched a 8-hour playthrough and told myself, alright, that's that, and you know, decided that I didn't need to buy the game for $40. Now I know people may say, oh, why don't you want to support the creators? Why don't you want to support the creators? And it's like, yep, initially I would want to, but I'm not in a financial position where I can be supporting other people, especially since I can't even, you know, I can't even buy games for myself. No, that's why I watch a lot of YouTube things to see whether it's worth it or not. A lot of no rules, okay. A lot of playthroughs and a lot of let's plays of games, because obviously it will at some point come back, and I will be, you know, okay, I would be happy if I was $50 richer. I did refund Ghost of Yotei. I just never really the gameplay is very similar to Tsushima, which I understand some people like. Me personally, I did finish Tsushima, and it was a okay game, to say the least. But to be honest, it wasn't my cup of tea, if I'm 100% clear. Like, I guess you could say, like, hey, maybe you're a hater. No, I'm not really a hater. I did platinum the game, for those who wanted to know, platinum Tsushima. But I just couldn't get through that same feeling of going through Yotei and utilizing similar tactics and gameplay, especially since the playstyle is very similar. The story was okay up to the point where I got it to. It just wasn't the most intriguing for me. Not that I'm saying it's a bad game. Like, people will enjoy the game, and I'm not saying you shouldn't buy the game. Like, buy the game, try it out. If you don't like it, you can always refund it, right? Although I'm not sure how refunding works because I bought a physical copy. So, yeah, there's that. Another thing that has been quite questionable recently is Cloudflare outages, you know. Now, if you are within the West or Australia, New Zealand, places like that, they use Cloudflare, you would know that it went out for the third time this year, which is a very big problem that needs to be addressed, I'm pretty sure. Because if a web source base is going out that many times in like maybe a 3-month period, I think something needs to be addressed there. Okay, so that guy doesn't have green. Something needs to be addressed, and it's not just why it went down, it's how they can improve upon it. Yeah, but it's a bit questionable if you're that big of a source and you're having that many outages. Like, there's a lot of things that utilize Cloudflare. For example, Fortnite. I don't think YouTube uses Fortnite, but YouTube uses Cloudflare. But Fortnite's one of the bigger ones I saw. Okay. To be honest, it's always a thing that needs to be fixed. Like, you can't just say that, oh, it's one and done since everybody uses our things. He has a red no, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, thank God. Yeah, it's questionable to say the least. But yeah, even though you are one of the most used points, right, it doesn't mean you can be negligent in your services. And it really brings a point around that you know, certain things are very scary to see. Also, another very scary thing is AI. Yeah, recently I've been seeing a lot of videos about advancements in AI and robotics, and it's getting to a very scary point, I should say, especially since it has progressed rapidly over the past, what is it, 3 to 5 years. AI has progressed more rapidly than before, and I'm not talking about ChatGPT and those stuff. I'm talking about the actual advancements. Now, if you didn't know this, ChatGPT is not sophisticated enough to be classified as advancement in AI because well, initially they were open source. I don't know if you knew that, but now you have to pay for these advancements, and it's just not what it used to be, and they're not as advanced as they think they are, right? So there will always be certain things that scare you, and one of them right now should be AI. Now, you shouldn't be 100% scared of it, because AI will benefit people and mankind in some way or another, right? It's not all negatives, it's also positives. But I saw a video of a Chinese AI robot. I forgot what the model was, but it was something 800, and I saw it kicking down doors, and I was just thinking to myself, if they're making these AI robots, what's stopping someone from buying a robot and just kicking down people's doors for robberies, right? It's questionable, very questionable. There's also been AI robots that have been programmed to hold guns. Then again, there have been better things, like there's been AI robots that have been trained to operate on operation tables and made it easier for accessibility. Like there was a surgery that was, I think, located in China, but was done over Wi-Fi through a connection so that it controlled the arms through AI. I might be remembering it wrong, but there was something like that occurred. But you know, not everything's bad about AI. AI is a very, well, it used to be a very niche field, but nowadays, if you want your economy to be prime contenders for biggest country, I guess you have to trust in AI. And that's just what economies have come to be. There's also the talk of yada yada GDP growth per capita and GDP in general. And, you know, there's always a possibility that a lot of these numbers are faked because of the recent advancement and a lot of trade wars. But that's just how our world is. You know, there's no need to get too worked up unless it directly involves your country. Okay, thank you. But, you know, the key to life right now is just doing what you want to do if you can, right? Like, if there's some things that are out of your reach, I'm not telling you to go, you know, sell your house for Ferrari, or no, that's another story. A man sold his house for a Ferrari. I remember that being on the news quite a while back. Well, there's also other things you can do. Like, there was that man that went from a paperclip to a farm. You know, a very inspirational story that I'm pretty sure a lot of us have heard. Like, what more could you really want? Like, sure, if you're going for eternal happiness, you can always adopt a religion. Like, I'm not stopping you from joining a random religion. It's not my choice what you want to be. Oh, come on, I had a +4. Let me draw. Yeah, I knew that because I knew he could challenge that. Anyways, yeah, just try to be happy, try to do things that you like. It will always, well, I believe in karma, which is if you do good things will come back to you. If you do bad things will come back to you, right? It's a small thing I believe in. I don't 100% believe in it because, you know, who truly knows if anything in this world is real? Like, it's not my decision. But yeah. And I think we'll end this video on a win. So yeah, that's a little chat over Uno today. Thought it'd be fun. I don't need to take it too seriously today, since it is boiling hot outside, and I think you can hear my fan in the back. It's like right there. If you can hear it. If you can't hear it, then you obviously heard my chair squeaking. But anyways, it's been fun. Talked about some niche things in very, well, not niche, but some very random things in very light detail. If you want me to expand on any of them, I'll be free to expand on them anytime. don't worry, I will always come back to certain things and talk about them. I'm just that type of guy. Anyways, it's been fun. If you want to play Uno sometime, maybe just play. I'll be on sometime. Who really knows? Alright. It's been nice. I'll see you guys next time. Also, a little update, I've been playing Where Winds Meet and Baldur's Gate 3. Two very interesting games. Especially Baldur's Gate 3. Very unique style. I have yet to actually finish Expedition 33. I'm thinking of replaying Elden Ring soon, so... Oh yeah, also Pokemon and Yakuza. Pokemon might be coming back soon. Yakuza, I'm very looking forward to starting the second chapter. Right. Bye-bye. Have fun, and remember, life is worth living for. And it's always fun to be living instead of not living. Alright.